So who do we respect in our society? We respect Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk. That's a really good example of what I'm about to say, actually. Donald Trump. He's not a good example, actually, of what I'm about to say. But certain musicians, certain entertainers, there's all these people we respect in society, right? Mm-hmm. So okay, check this out. This is going to blow your guys' minds, all right? So we respect all of these high members of society. Now, a lot of them have autobiographies or they've done interviews, right? And they talk about when they were younger, and they talk about the shit that they did. Perfect examples here. Richard Branson, basically just chucking any idea. I read what's it called? Losing My Virginity by Richard Branson, which is one of the only autobiographies I've ever read, and it's incredible. But he did a bunch of shit when he was younger, like basically just fucking refusing, like punting any sort of normal existence, and just trying to get this stupid little school paper to take off, trying to do this like mail order record thing. He just had like failed idea after failed idea after failed idea that would kind of lead into something or whatever. Steve Jobs, doing acid all the time, sleeping on his friends' apartment floors, whatever.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Dude, Steve Jobs was poor as fuck. And we were like,
I didn't know the acid part.
He tripped on acid all the time.
That's awesome.
On the reg. He's like a legit hippie. Dude, Apple's like psychedelic. Like when you really look at like the designs of like Apple products.
The multicolors and stuff, yeah.
Everything about Apple. Steve Jobs is like the father of typography, which is basically like cool font. Like deciding like, oh, I don't just want to look at the same like Times New Roman kind of shit.
Oh, yeah, or Capricorn or something.
Yeah, stuff like that, yeah. But this is what I'm getting at, okay? Really famous entrepreneurs, all these people. You look at them now, you look at the final product, and you're like, wow, what I wouldn't give to be like that guy, whatever. But then, if you look at their autobiographies or whatever, what they actually did when they were younger, you will shit on your friends, not people like us. The general public, the unthinking masses, will shit on their friends that are doing those things.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you look at Steve Jobs' story. So if you're like an unthinking mass kind of guy, and you're looking at Steve Jobs' story, man, successful entrepreneur, I want to crush it, whatever. But then you've got a friend from high school that you went to high school with, and he's just eating acid all the time and sleeping on couches, but he's learning some shit still. You're probably unthinking masses kind of guy. Dude, get your fucking life together.
Right.
And he tells you like, dude, I'm really trying to like educate myself on like some new technologies. You're like, dude, what are you fucking doing? Get your shit together. Mm-hmm. Because that finished product isn't apparent yet. Because they don't see the road. Like, you could see the road very clearly, but they don't see your potential road. So, like, you with your band, okay? You could get pretty good at guitar. Okay, so say that you get really good at guitar. Mm-hmm. And there's something in your brain that kind of clicks about the music industry. And maybe you can't really put it into words. But there's something that you kind of understand about what it takes to go mainstream, right, and have some songs pop off. And again, it's like artistic, it's abstract, you can't really put it into words, but you see a road where you're like, I think I could actually do this. But your parents don't see it, your friends don't see it, your cousins don't see it, so you're 35 now and you still haven't popped, and they say to you, Ryan, what are you fucking doing? What are you doing, dude?
You're not following the regular routine that everybody else
does.
what
are you doing, man? You're fucking 35, still doing a band?
Right.
Forget the I don't know if hundreds or thousands, hundreds of bands that took way longer, and then popped. You know what I mean? Big Sean has a lyric. He says, yeah, I guess it happened. They say it happened overnight. Shit, yeah, I guess. I guess it took 10 years for me to be an overnight success.
Wow.
Because people called him an overnight success, and he's like, motherfucker, I've been rapping for 10 years. Like, I've been putting out music for 10 years, and you guys...
So it really wasn't overnight.
No, exactly. So even though there's a ton of examples of, like, bands doing what you want to do, they don't see the road possible for you, so they're going to shit on you. Mm-hmm. But someday, fucking 20 years from now, when you're huge, people will look at your autobiography or whatever, or your path, because you talked about it in a 60 Minutes interview, and they'll be like, man, what I wouldn't give to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, this is what it is. Everyone's so lost, right? Think about how many people are probably watching this video right now, and are going to watch this video, and just out in the world, that, like, they just don't really know what they want to do.
Yes.
Everyone's lost. We're like.
That's what I was gonna say earlier. No,
yeah.
keep going.
Yeah, we're just like floating through life, and so you see these people. Bingo! I'm about to fucking nail it. This is what it is. Everyone's like floating through life, like wondering what should I do, and you're wondering so much because maybe you're not crazy passionate about something, right?
Yeah.
I was talking to you about my buddy Dominic, whose band just broke up. And I remember the other day actually telling you about when we were in 8th grade, and he fucking picked up a guitar and was infatuated.
I remember that.
Yes, infatuated from the beginning. There was no doubt that that was his passion now. And he just went from, I was there when his uncle gave him the guitar, and he was just kind of like fucking with it a little bit. And by the end of that night, he could play like a little song that he like made up himself.
Dang.
Yeah, like he was immediately good. And you were like, oh, that's his fucking passion. I knew guys in high school that, you know, they never made it with anything or whatever, but like their passion was skateboarding. It's like they were born for that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when you see people that are like, yeah, like you see fucking Ryan Reynolds or these people that are like, yeah, I fucking 6th grade play and I knew I was going to be an actor. You're so envious of that. You're like, God damn, why don't I have that one thing that I'm like so into that I'm going to let that drive my fucking life now?
Right, you want that thing.
Yeah, like everyone wants it. And you think that there's something wrong with you if you don't have it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because like, people will comment that shit all the time. I see it on like Gary Vaynerchuk's videos. Gary Vaynerchuk says, find what you love and like go all in on it. And people will be like, what if I don't know what I love yet or whatever? And it's fine. Like, it's fine if something doesn't like call out to you. So what I'm saying though is that when you do have that thing, like you with the band, or like me when I talk to these girls about like, you know, when I do find a girl that I'm transparent with about Evolution Daily, or when I'm talking about fucking paintball or like certain shit I want to do as far as travel and stuff like that, they're like, oh, this guy's got a fucking direction. And like subconsciously, everyone's like wanting more of a direction, so they're attracted to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like being attracted to what you don't have.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like wanting to be famous.
Yeah. Exactly. Like wanting to be famous, but it's like also just wanting to be secure. So then I'm like, remember how the other day we were talking about how like girls might not know that they're putting high heels on to get fucked, but it's like very indirect.
That might have been Trey.
No, it was me and you. I'm 100% positive.
Okay.
But you were comparing it to something else though, but then I used the high heels analogy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you were talking about like people that brag or something. You're talking about like white people, like kind of like rich white people, like maybe like your mom's friends or something like that. I forget what it was, but either way, so like in an indirect way, girls and people in general almost want like this passion, so that way they have a, so it's like they want this passion because they want a set course, and a set course means safety.
Yeah.
It means safety and certainty in a very unsafe and uncertain world.
That makes a lot of sense.
We're only chasing safety.
Because guys are like...
Okay, the big thing that I think we were hitting on there was realizing how much women want safety, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that the passion and the certainty, that's what it is. Safety lies in certainty, right?
Yes.
Dude, if you knew that you had a rich grandfather, and your grandfather told you, said, Ryan, I'm getting very old. I'm like 95 years old now, and I just want you to know, like, you're in my will, and, I'm a millionaire, and you're going to be getting, $400,000 in a couple of years.
You're right.
You'd feel pretty cool about whatever you do financially over the next couple of years.
Yeah, you wouldn't give a fuck.
You'd be like, you wouldn't be stressed about a lot of stuff when it comes to finances. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could be kind of going broke, but then just know, like, oh, well, Grandpa's going to die soon, and I'm getting $400,000. So certainty is what creates safety. And women want safety so bad that that's why women go after providers, right? Provider dudes. Women will fuck the guy that they're sexually attracted to throughout their 20s, and then they start to get in their late 20s or whatever, and they go more for the provider. Which is why the lawyer, the boring ass lawyer, will end up marrying the model when he's fucking 34.
That makes sense too, because like people that like one guy, he's got a lot of people on his side. That means safety, safety in numbers, kind of thing.
Yeah,
social value.
Yeah, social value, social market value, they call it.